So hi everyone, my name is Michael Jr. Pipakal. So today I'm going to discuss about the design and construction of corpora. Hi Sir EJ. So I'm not using any script or teleprompter. This is a raw video and I'm just using my laptop as my guide to my PPT. So I'm guided in explaining what I understood about my topic. So let's start. Okay, so first, design and construction of corpora. There are thus a number of already established corpora that can be used for doing corpus-based discourse studies. Okay, these contain data that can be used for asking very many questions about the use of spoken and written discourse, both in general and in specific areas of use, such as academic writing or speaking. If, however, your interest is in what happens in a particular genre or in a particular genre in a setting for which there is no available data, then you will have to make your own corpus for your study. So this passage only explains that there are numerous existing already established corpora that we can find in online. For example, for this is the British corpora that it contains 100 millions text, okay, or words, okay, and it collected by the articles, journals, day-to-day conversation, and that's it. So it also says here that the construction, or we all know that corpora is a collected text from a real life language, and it also says here if there are no available sources, or let's say a corpus or a database, then you can make your own corpus made study in order to answer your question in corpus based discourse studies. So are we clear? Okay, next. So we have examples right here from highlights. So let me read. 2020, 2002 study of the use of personal pronouns such as I, me, we, and us in Hong Kong student. Academic writing is an example of corpus that was designed to answer a question about the use of discourse in a particular genre. In a particular setting, the specific aim of his study was to examine the extent to which student-writer use of self-mention in their text to strengthen their arguments and gain personal recognition for their claims in the written discourse as experts writers do. So this example from Highlands, so this is an example of corpus, um, a custom corpus made, which is Highland created his own corpus about examining the personal pronouns such as I, me, and we, and in Hong Kong student. So specifically, his target, the genre that he is talking about, is all about the academic writing. Okay, so to answer his question about the corpus-based studies or research, his research, so he conducted these um, corpus in order to examine the specific result. So also Highline, according to the module itself, that Highline also compare his stat old compare his um, works, which is his corpora, to the pre-existing corpora. So he knows what are the results that came from his own corpora. So it really helped him to understand even more the situation ongoing, what is happening, or what is how the student of Hong Kong write the use of personal pronouns such as I, me, and we. Okay, so next, another examples we have from Harwood. So Harwood 2005 also compiled his corpus for his study of the use of personal pronoun I and we in journal research articles. For his studies, Harwood selected research articles for electronic version of journals as well as manually scanned articles and converted them to text format. So, okay, this is a very interesting part because Harvard also compiled his own corpora, which is this is part of the example that if there are no available corpora through online or in online, so it is time for you to make your own corpus made or custom made corpus. So in order for you to have an accurate answer in examining a particular genre you are in, okay, you are focused. So he also, this is what Harwood 2005 is also one of the example of own corpus he made. So his focus is all about the personal pronouns I and we, but particularly only in journal research articles. So this citation or which this passage also explained to us that he uses an electronic version. This is a computerized tool. Let me say the Angkor. This computerized tool help the researcher or the expertise to put their collected text, so that computerized tool could really help them to examine, for example, the concordance, frequency, and collocation of the text. So in order for the researcher know what are the difference, what are the commons, and so on and so forth. So that could really help the researcher to have this accurate result, which is the Angkor computerized tool. Okay. Okay, so next we will move to the issue to consider in constructing a corpus. So lately, we explained the brief, the design and construction of corpora. We only discussed the examples of custom-made corpora, and then we move to the issue to consider in constructing a corpus. Okay, so here, issue to consider in constructing a corpus. The first of these is what to include in the corpus. Okay, that is clearly, right? So that is a variety of or dialect of the language. So here, as you can see from the first passage, that is the variety or the dialect of the language. What if you are the researcher and you want to aim uh, to create your own corpus, then it is for you to decide what dialect that you need to include, what language that you want to include in your corpus studies. For example, we are a Filipino, right? We are Filipino, we are Chabacano, and we speak the English language. If you want to focus in English language, so we can choose English. We can also choose Filipino, even Chabacano or Tausu, right? It is alright, it is okay as long as the researcher decides what he wants to focus in making his own corpora, as long as it is a real life language use. Okay, so next, the genre to be included, whether the text should be spoken, written, or both. So as what we discussed from the first passage, the dialect of the language, so let's say it is an English. Okay, we pick English language. Okay, so the whether the text should be spoken, if we will pursue the English spoken, like the spoken dialogues like that. So we can also um, focus on written. So one of the examples here is earlier uh, from Highland and Harwood. So they examine the academic written of how self-mentioning the students in using their personal pronoun in academic writing. So that is one of an example. We can use the written or even both if we want to have an accurate or have a wider um, database. Then it's time for you to make your purpose, or you can use the written and spoken or even both. Okay, next, the whether the text should be monologic, dialogic, or multi-party. When we say monologic, it is a one person only speaking. Okay, speaking or explaining himself. When we say dialogic, it is a two-way conversational. So if you are a researcher, if you want to consider this kind of issue, then you need to pick if it is monologic, dialogic, or multi-party. If it's a crowded or a many conversation is included in multi-party. But if you want to focus in monologic, you can. If monologic and dialogic, you can also. But if you want to include three of these, then you can also, as long as it is a real life language use, the corpora. Okay, the next is the size of the corpus and the individual text. When we say the size of the corpus, these are who are involved and what are the expected size of your corpus. Later on, we will discuss this even more, since this is just an overview of issue to consider in constructing a corpus. Okay, so the issue is not, however, just corpus size, but also the way in which the data will be collected and the kinds of questions that will be examined using the data. So meaning to say, you need to conduct your own corpus in order to address the question that you aim to understand. So it depends on the question that you have, and it depends on how you construct your own corpus in order to have an accurate result or to answer your question in research question. Okay? So next. Okay, next we will discuss the authenticity, representativeness, and validity of the corpus. So, authenticity, representativeness, and validity are also issued in corpus construction, as well as whether the corpus should present a static or dynamic picture of the discourse under examination. That is, whether it should be a sample discourse used at particular point in time, a static or sarpal corpus, or whether it should give more of a moving picture view of the discourse that shows change in a language use over a period of time. So let's discuss each. So when we say authenticity, this is a natural, real life language that exists. Okay. Res- Representativeness, this is a fairly variety use, and it matches the purpose of your study. So for example, if you are focusing on the English language, then your corpus should be focused on the journals, articles, lectures, lessons in English, and so on and so forth. When we say validity, these are if the corpus the corpus should focuses the fo- the corpus should focus on the specific, or to answer your research question. Okay, so next, is the kinds of text to include in the corpus. A key issue is what kind of text the corpus should contain. The decision may be based on what the corpus is designed for, but it may also be constrained by what the texts are available. Another issue is the permanence of the corpus, that is, so whether it will be regular updated so that it doesn't become unrepresentative, or whether it will remain as an example the use of Discord at a particular point. So the kinds of text to include is the idea of what text we should include in our corpora. Okay, so this became, for example, for this is that if you're focused in English, so then it should be focused on the research, the journals, in let's say journals, articles, English lesson, and so on for so forth. So the kinds of texts are depends on the research what they want to include in their corpus, but in order to answer their research question. So another is that daily conversation. We can say that um, that is a dialogue or monologue. Okay, as long as it is a conversation in day-to-day life, then it is free. Another that I skip from the first slide, so it is also part of in the authenticity, representativeness, and validity is the dynamic and static. When we say static, it only focuses on a particular time. But when we say dynamic, it regulates in it changes in over time. So when we say static, that is only stop, for example, the news articles in 2015. So the only focus of your corpora is only that year. But when we say the dynamic is changing over time, then from 2015, the article of 2015 up until now, 2026, then it is you are monitoring as the years evolve. Okay, but that is a static and dynamic from the first slide. But right now we are text kinds of text to include in the corpus, which is what you want to include in your corpus. Okay, if you are focusing on English, then you need to focus on the what to include in English lesson, and so on and so forth. If you are focused on daily conversation, then you need to record or to examine the collected text based from what the exam respondent says. Okay. Next, size of the text in the corpus. Okay. The size of the text in the corpus is also a consideration. Some corpora aim for an even sample size of an individual text. If, for example, the corpus aims to represent a particular genre, and instances of the genre are particularly long or short, these need to be reflected in collected texts that make up corpus. So, if let's say, we will continue the example earlier. It's the English language. So if the researcher aims to answer or aims to find the answer of English language, then here the particular genre. Okay, so the kinds of text that the researcher aim is let's say literature, since it is in English, so literature, articles, um, English lessons, like that. So in here, size of the text, what are the particular size of the collected text? It is this long or short ba? Let's say if in literature, if the corpus is aimed to focus in literature, then it is, let's say, a novel. So since the novel is very long and very long, so the researcher will now decide if he or she will maintain that long collected text or a short text. Okay, so that is. So according to the information that I know, the size of the text in the corpus is should be 100,000 words that being collected in a real life language use. Okay, so that is a standard if if the researcher want to create their own corpus. Okay, so in addition to that, what I've said earlier, so that is the size of the text in the corpus. It should be the researchers would know if their corpus would be focused in the long or in the short. Okay, so next we have the sampling and representativeness of the corpus. Sampling is also an issue in corpus design. The key issue here is defining the target population. Okay, now let's first discuss the sampling. The samplings here serve as a purpose to choose only the specific collected text. So since there we have the many words, so the researcher cannot collect all that words but instead choose only the specific collected text. Next, that the corpus is wishing to represent, according to Byburn 1994, page 378, points out that what any selection of text is sample. So, and it also says here the target population who are involved and what are the focus of your corpus. If it is English conversation only, or only articles, or only even literature. Next is the representativeness. The representativeness here, if the representativeness fairly reflects the real language use of the target population. Okay, so for example, if the researchers aims to focus in a teenage language, so meaning he needs the researcher to examine the different situation, not only one conversation from one person conversation, but entire in the scope of teenage language. So that is. Another is whether or not a sample is representative. However, depends less for of all on the extent to which it is selected from the range of attack types in the target population, and assessment of the representativeness thus depends on a prior full definition of the population that the sample is intended to represent, and the techniques used to select the sample from the population. So from the discussion earlier, that is connected from here. Okay, next we have the specific example from the Longman spoken and written English corpus. Okay, the Longman spoken and written English corpus, or also known as LSWE corpus, is an important example of a corpus study. The LSWE was used as the basis for the Longman grammar of spoken and written English. So, as you can see here, that the researcher focuses only on the grammar of spoken and written English. So, the LSWE corpus is made up of 40 millions, meaning the size of the text, representing four major different types. So, conversation, fiction, news, and academic prose. So, these are the genre of his corpus. What the focus of his corpus? The genres focus of his corpus is the conversation, fiction, news, and academic prose. So, with additional categories, we non-conversational speech such as lecture and public meetings, and general written non-prose. Next, the study was designed to contain about 5 million words of the text in each discourse category. Okay, so most of the texts in the corpus were produced after 1980. So the sample is mostly of the contemporary British and American English usage. So in 1980s, the corpus was made up of 37,244 texts and approximately 40 million and 26,000 words. The text in the corpus varied, however, in length. The newspaper text tended to be the shortest, while fiction and academic prose were the longest. As what I discussed earlier, the size of the text, it's either you need to focus um, uh, long or short. But here, based on the example from the Longman spoken and written English corpus, the newspaper text here is intended to be short, but while in fiction and academic prose is for the longest. So that would be all to my topic. So remember, my topic is all about this design and construction of corpora, on how you make your own corpus based on the resources that the modules explain to us. And another thing is the issue to consider in making your own corpus, as what I discussed earlier: the representativeness, authenticity, the validity, the size, and the kind of text that you need to know before before you will make your own corpora. The another one is the example from the Longman spoken and written discourse corpus. Okay, so that would be all to my topic, and I hope um, you learned something new today. And I'm not using any script or teleprompter, only based from my understanding. So that would be all, and thank you.